This review has been approved by Lord Carnage.
Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything.
Welcome to Classic Game Room. What do you get when you combine Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, a bottle of champagne, and some Berry White on the turntable? You get Junior Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. Oh yeah! I'm glad to have put that image in your mind. You're welcome. A good solid hour of Pac-Man lovemaking. That's right. I went there, and here's the proof. Actually, technically he went there. Here's the proof. Junior Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. And I don't want to go into a virtual biology lesson with all of you listening, but you know how junior video game characters are created, right? Well, in this case, apparently without the authorization of Namco. Which I guess led to some legal problems in any event. This is the Atari game based on the 1983 arcade machine, which wasn't terribly popular. Like Super Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man just really didn't catch on. Yet, it's not a terrible game, and the Atari version here is actually pretty good for the Atari 2600. Now, this game has a lot of differences between Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man, the biggest of which is that the mazes scroll. Scrolling mazes! Woo! Crazy. And that means bigger mazes. Now, we've seen various Pac-Man games since this apply the same principle, and it's good and bad at the same time. On one hand, you can't see where all the ghosts are. On the other hand, it's like a new challenge. As with Pac-Man or Ms. Pac-Man, the key to getting a good score is maze familiarity. Like a driving game, you want to be familiar with the course that you're driving. And I'm learning these mazes here, which is kind of neat because it's like playing Pac-Man again for the first time. I don't have a preferred path through the maze yet. In fact, my only real strategy at this point is to try to get all the ghosts behind me so I know where they are. Otherwise, you run the risk of just running straight into a ghost. And the larger mazes add a unique challenge in that you have to pay attention to what dots you've eaten, because just when you think you're done, you're actually not, and maybe you've left one or two dots on the other side of the maze, so hopefully those ghosts are behind you and don't get in your way. In order to help you learn Junior Pac-Man, the game does come with 4 difficulty settings. 3 of them have teddy bears and 1 does not. We don't play with teddy bears on screen. Here at Classic Game Room, we play with the, what is that? The green thing. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a bell? Or like a deformed snorkel? Let me go get a second opinion. Hang on. Hey, Derek, what's that green thing there? What is that? This is Junior Pac-Man. What is that?
Maybe that's a Pac-Man in utero?
Get out of here.
I don't know what that is.
Brandon, what's that green thing there on Junior Pac-Man?
I've no idea.
What's it look like to you?
A triangle monster.
So it looks like a Pokemon. Or Jar Jar.
Yeah, both, yep.
Your favorite things.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I've been informed by Greg next door that it's a kite. It's a kite. It doesn't look anything like a kite. More like I like the triangle monster, yes. That's a good one. There's some other differences. If the food items or whatever they are touch the power pellets, they spontaneously combust, I think. And when the items run over dots, the dots become worth more points, but slow Junior Pac-Man down. How about that? The music is super catchy, and the game plays really well on Atari 2600 and looks good too. I'm using the Sega Genesis controller like usual, and moving Junior Pac-Man around the screen is pretty responsive. It's a fun game actually, it's a nice take on Pac-Man, even if they did piss off Namco. So I got a huge classic game room shout out and thank you to send to Daniel from Palm Coast, Florida once again. Thank you, Daniel, for sending Junior Pac-Man, and the box looks great too. Leader of the pack. Oh, that's terrible, guys. Come on. If you like Pac-Man games, I recommend it. It's pretty easy to find these days. And watch the corners in particular. It's easy to get stuck in the corners of Junior Pac-Man and swarmed by ghosts. Junior Pac-Man, don't your parents know where you are? You're still on my Atari 30 years later.